for everybody. We're going to give it a few minutes for everybody to enter and put on their headphones if they have some. How are you? I'm so happy to see a few faces that I already know. How's everybody doing this morning?
How's it going?
Good?
Good.
Good.
Doing
Good
great.
morning. Doing well.
Hello,
How are
good
you?
afternoon.
I
Love
love the energy. We don't usually get this energy for these info sessions. Great already. We're off to a great start.
love it, guys. I'm in Arizona and I woke up and it's so hot here. That is just terrible. So I hope you guys are not as hot as me. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to this webinar info session about Emerging Brands Accelerator. SeedSpot is a globally ranked business accelerator for entrepreneurs who are exploring or building a new business that makes a positive impact in their community. In the case of this Emerging Brand Accelerator, building generational wealth and in underserved communities. So thousands of entrepreneurs have built their for-profit and non-profit ventures by leveraging the SeedSpot support. Let's go to talk about the agenda today. Perfect. Sorry, I couldn't see it. The agenda. So first, we're going to have some introductions, Miranda and myself. Then we're going to talk about SeedSpot. We're going to have an alumni story. I know how everybody loves to, hear those alumni stories. Then we're going to talk about the program features. We're going to do a small trivia. And then at the end, we're going to do Q&A. So if you do have questions, you're more than welcome to add them to the chat. And at the end, we're going to answer all the burning questions that you may have for this accelerator. Okay, let's start. Perfect. So everybody's energized this morning and I love it. So let's go into type in the chat. I want to see your name, where are you from, and what is your product? This is a really great way to start our morning and to let everybody else here know what product do you have. So your name, where are you from, and what is your product for retail? So while you guys are doing that, let's go to start with some introduction. My name is Linda Norquist. I'm the Marketing and Recruitment Manager at SeedSpot. I have a passion for social impact-driven ventures. I'm a bilingual marketing strategist with over a decade of experience connecting ventures like yours with diverse audiences and crafting impactful messages. So since I was in middle school, I was selling sandwich, I was selling candies, I was doing something like I was a born entrepreneur. So after that, I decided to create a consultancy for Latino marketing strategy. And now I'm in my best time of my life. I'm here at SeedSpot supporting and helping ventures and entrepreneurs just like you to grow and succeed. So now let's hear from Miranda Williamson, our amazing Director of Recruitment. Miranda.
Hi, everyone. My name is Miranda Williamson, Director of Recruitment at SeedSpot. I began my career in social impact education, and that is where I have remained my entire career. So what I do is I design recruiting and admissions practices that reflect the mission and DEI principles of the organizations that I work with to go out and bring in incredible entrepreneurs like you all. Started my career in higher ed and am now in the nonprofit sector. I believe strongly in the power of education, and I also believe strongly that it doesn't need to be so expensive. When we uplift each other and one another within our communities, it benefits us all. So I love working for a program that is made accessible. Now, a bit about SeedSpot as an organization. Collectively, our alumni have generated $421 million in revenue and raised over $200 million in capital But my absolute favorite impact metric is that collectively our alumni have created over 9,900 jobs for the communities that they work within. 83% of the alumni that we have worked with, of the entrepreneurs we've worked with at SeedSpot, are underrepresented founders. We have over 4,000 alumni, and when you join SeedSpot, you join that network. You are always a part of that network of over 4,000 alumni. There are many alumni benefits. I believe we'll get into those later.
Mhm.
Some impact areas and focus areas of the entrepreneurs that we've worked with are represented in this chart here. Many founders have worked in health and wellness, equality and economic opportunity, another big chunk in education and environmental sustainability. SeedSpot has mainly worked with impact-focused founders. That's how our organization was founded. But we're more than just numbers. I like to tell stories, and I'd love to share a story about voice threads. This is Drew Shaw. He came into our program and was an alumni in 2017. He's the founder of Voice Threads, which is a really amazing organization that creates these mismatched socks. So the idea is that you purchase these mismatched socks and they are logoed and branded after a charitable organization, after a nonprofit, like Teach for America, for example. And then because they're mismatched, people will ask about them. Why are you wearing those mismatched socks? And that generates both a conversation as well as 10% of the proceeds from the socks go towards that charitable organization. So now Drew works for us at SeedSpot. He also runs Voice Threads, and he comes in and teaches for us. He'll join classes. He will also teach an entire program that we have in DC for retail-focused entrepreneurs as well. Here's his socks. You can check them out. I love them. They are so cool. And I'd like to share some other success stories of alumni, and these are all recent alumni. This picture here, all the way to the far left, is Seedly. They're a really seeded snack, like covered in chocolate, and now during the Retail Brand Accelerator, they received a purchase order from Whole Foods, and now I can go buy them from Whole Foods. They're on the East Coast, and I'm in Boulder, Colorado, and I can go to a Whole Foods and buy Seedly. Best Damn Tape. This is one I'm really excited about. This individual, Logan is the founder's name. He developed this really fancy hockey tape, and he lives in West Virginia. I met him during the first Retail Brand Accelerator that we had. He wasn't a good fit, but because of his continued growth, he is now currently in this final version of the Retail Brand Accelerator and was able to pitch to Walmart buyers and is now received a golden ticket to pitch at the final showcase for potentially being on shelves in Walmart. So that one's exciting. Soapin, this is another founder that we worked with in our first cohort of the Retail Brand Accelerator. This is a hand sanitizer for children. You paint your hands and it's a colorful hand sanitizer. They pitched on Shark Tank. So these are some successes of some alumni in our program of the Retail Brand Accelerator. But this is not the Retail Brand Accelerator. This is the Emerging Brand Accelerator. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about how this program's different and why this program was developed. But to do that, I have to start 3 years back. So 3 years ago, SeedSpot started working with Walmart Center for Racial Equity. And what they did is they were funding retail-focused entrepreneurs of color to go through our Impact Accelerator. And through that process, we spent a year learning about their specific needs in the retail space. And that thus the Retail Brand Accelerator emerged. And this was a program for mature CPG brands, so quite specific. Mature CPG brands came into this program, and the goal was that they would learn how to hone in on their brand identity and the supply chain and logistics to enter mass retail. We've been running this program now for 2 years. So this is now year 3 of our relationship with Walmart. And what we have found is there is a strong need to take a step back from the Retail Brand Accelerator and support emerging brands that maybe they need their first purchase order, they need their first sale, they have a strong prototype, but they need that first sale. Maybe they're still being made in their kitchen at home, and they really want to take their brand to the next level. They don't have access and support to make that jump to a manufacturer. And we want to be able to support these brands in building to that next level.
Thank you, Miranda. I actually got that question a lot from some of you guys that actually I interviewed, that you were asking me, Linda, I read about Retail Brand Accelerator and now you're doing emerging. I don't understand the difference. So I hope you guys now understand the difference between both accelerators. So let's go to talk about the program features. So the program features, our program offers various communication channels to support your journey. So expect weekly emails to keep you updated with deadlines, events, and much, much more. Second, and this is amazing, mentorship and coaching. So we're going to have personalized mentorship and coaching for you. Everybody learns at a different pace, so we understand that you guys are in different time zones and you want to have that one-on-one personalization with somebody who's an expert. So we have what is called mentor in residence. The mentor in residence is a mentor that is going to be and help you during classes. That person is going to be in the classes and is going to help you with curriculum questions and support. So it's going to be able to help the whole cohort or doing one-on-one or small groups answering your questions regarding curriculum. Maybe there is something that you don't understand, and this person can help you and take that concept and apply it for your venture. The other thing that we also have is Mentor Directory. It's an amazing group of 6 to 7 mentors that are experts in different areas. So they all have expertise on retail. However, like I say, they have different areas of expertise like finance, marketing, strategy, and they are going to be available weekly for you to connect. You can expect expert support from them, general networking, pitch review, and deck support. So actually, you guys get to choose every week who do you want to meet with. So this week I need help with marketing. So you get to meet with the marketing person. If the following week you want help with something else, you can choose somebody else. So I think this is one of the best parts of this specific accelerator. So also we are going to have a classroom. Everything is going to be on the cloud. You guys are going to be able to access readings, homework, and all the materials at any time, 24/7. And finally, also, you are going to have assignments. Yes, you're going to have homework, and the homework is going to be working on your own venture. So before the sessions, you're going to have your homework. You're going to know what to expect, and that's one of the best parts of this accelerator. Online programming. So SeedSpot has been doing online way before the pandemic. Everybody knows that before pandemic, everybody liked to take classes in person. So we really know and we understand the classes are going to be really energetic, are going to be different. This is not just sit down and listen to a lecture. It's very, very interactive. You're going to receive feedback, get feedback. You're going to do everything through Zoom. Your pitch, your classes, your meetings. So this is going to be great for you because it's going to give you that extra time. You are going to also have digital and interactive workbooks for you that is going to stay in the cloud even after. Also, we are going to have some optional office hours for one-on-one support. So besides having that class, that mentoring residents, having your mentorship, you are going to have one-on-one space to, ask any other questions. So this is really customized.
All right. So the way that this is broken down, the way that we learn is by having a theme for each week. So each week, 1 through 10, this is a 10-week program that meets on Mondays and Wednesdays from 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Each week we'll have a theme, and I'll talk a little bit more about some of these themes in a moment. The total time commitment for this program is 7 to 10 hours a week time commitment. And that includes everything that Linda just mentioned. That includes the assignments, that includes the mentoring, and that also includes potentially getting some support in those office hours. So we try to make this very doable and attainable, but we also want you to have a lot of growth by the time this program is done. So in order to make this robust and a meaningful experience, there needs to be some amount of time and energy involved in this programming. So let me talk a little bit more about some of these themes for these weekly workshops. We'll be learning about brand strategy and positioning. So participants will learn how to create a strong brand identity and positioning strategy for the retail startup space, including brand messaging, visual identity design, and brand storytelling techniques. It'll be a 360-degree planning that provides tools, support, and resources needed to support your growth into the retail space. You'll also be learning about the retail selling environment, training from cross-functional retail experts, established brands, retail buyers, and distributors. So that's one thing that SeedSpot does a little bit differently. If we have a gap in our knowledge area on our team, we bring in these experts to share that knowledge. And we will bring in experts to share more about the retail selling environment. And you'll learn what is required to successfully launch, grow, and thrive in retail environments. We'll talk about supply chain, manufacturing, and logistics. We'll talk about building a team, strategies for building a team, budgeting, of course, costs of goods, funding projections, and then we'll spend some time on sales presentation, and we'll end the program with a showcase. And we'll talk more about that as well, because you all are in luck. We have a showcase coming up that you all are able to attend and see some of our alumni in action. So, as I said, this is broken down in weekly topics. If you all are admitted into the program, you will receive a full schedule. Don't take a screenshot because this one on the right is not the correct one for the program, the Emerging Brand Accelerator that we are talking about today, but this is a sample. You'll receive a full schedule so that you can understand what the commitment is. We are big on commitment. This is the final program we are fully funded to offer at the moment. We are currently seeking additional funding to maybe potentially offer this in the future, and really hope that we will be able to, but this is currently the final opportunity that we are funded to offer. So that means that we have limited space and hope to offer it to as many individuals in the right phase that we can. But we ask that if you make the commitment, if you are admitted and you make the commitment to join, that you are able to attend most sessions. You are able to miss up to 2 with no issues. But we, anything beyond that, it makes full participation challenging and getting the most out of it challenging. So who is this program right for? So this program is right for a brand that has demonstrated traction. And I'll define what traction means. Traction can be sales, customer validation, building and testing a prototype. Maybe the program's the right fit for you if you're earning $25K per year and are ready to scale and you're not quite sure how to make that jump. You have an in-home produced product with steady sales and are ready to seek a manufacturing facility. You have a validated prototype and strong manufacturing practices and are ready for sales. If you fit any of those, then you're probably a great fit for this program. Then the final piece is we support underrepresented founders. So we recognize that underrepresented means inclusion across various identities, including BIPOC individuals, women, transgender, non-binary, LGBTQ, people with other abilities, people from low to moderate income backgrounds, military veterans, or people from rural areas or immigrant communities. I know I did not say every identity that could be encompassed in underrepresented, but those are the types of entrepreneurs that we work with here at SeedSpot. Oh, okay. This is my favorite part of this info session. I like to talk about the application process. I think oftentimes the application process can be made unnecessarily mysterious, and I just like to open the curtain so you all understand exactly what the process looks like going into this. So you attend an info session. You submit your application. You submit an online application. And I'll talk a little bit more about how to build a strong online application in a moment. It's reviewed within 2 weeks by our team. And then you are invited to a 20-minute interview. That interview at this time will be with Linda. She is not mean. She is very nice. So it should not be something that you are scared of. It should be an opportunity to share more about your product and learn more about SeedSpot. You'll be evaluated for program fit, and everyone is going to be evaluated after that priority deadline. So no, if anyone submitted early, that's great, but all applications will be evaluated for program fit after that priority deadline, which is the 30th of this month. You'd be then sent an acceptance letter and you would sign a venture agreement. Again, there is no financial commitment on your part. We take no equity in your company. It is an agreement of participation. A strong application. So we intentionally make our application a low barrier to entry, meaning that it shouldn't be too laborious for you. It shouldn't take more than 40 minutes to complete our online application. That being said, because it is a shorter application, we do have some pitfalls to avoid. Do not answer the questions with one sentence, for example. Go ahead and use that full 250 words. That's what we allow you, 250 words to explain your product. So go ahead and use that full space. Remember that grammar is important. If you are admitted into the program, and actually sometimes even if you're not, we will continue to refer back to your application for eternity. For example, we just had a Road to Open Call event where we were able to invite entrepreneurs to pitch their product to Walmart buyers. And I use applications from the past to discover whether or not people were a good fit to receive those invitations. So let's put your best foot forward with grammar there. Some tips for a strong application: be specific. The strongest applications are very specific. I cannot tell you how many times I've read an application and then at the end I'm like, I actually don't understand what this business does. At the end of it, I don't know what they do. So be specific about what it is that you're selling. How many SKUs do you have? And make sure that you're paying attention to the prompts and responding directly to those prompts. Personal story. We love a personal story, so we do leave a quite lengthy space for your bio. Tell us what inspired you to start this product. Is it a family business? Was it a gap that you saw? Did you just fall into this work? We love your personal story. We want to know what drives you. That is also a piece that really matters to us and that we do use over and over again. And then finally, submit your application early. As I said, we'll start making selection after that priority deadline. You all are off to a good start attending this info session early. So submit by that priority deadline to make it in the first pool selection. This program will fill up.
Absolutely. So let's going to do the trivia today. And this is, let's see if you guys were paying attention to Miranda.
Yes, so go ahead and activate the chat when we have a question here, and let's see if you all can get some trivia going.
Okay, what is the weekly time commitment for this accelerator? Just type it in your chat. I want to be sure that you guys were paying 5 to 7 hours, Monday and Wednesday, 7 to 10 hours. Yes, 7 to 10 hours. Great job. Oh, everybody was paying attention and is energized. Love it. Second question, what was the name of the alumni business example that was shared? Do you guys remember his name? I just give you a tip. No, you guys don't remember? Milton, no. Handsome guy with
We'll take that one.
yes, he was boisterous. And I hope you guys actually get to meet him. He's really amazing. He's really, really good. But I love it. Perfect. What is the key pillar of this program? What is the key pillar of this accelerator?
This is always kind of a trick question because we never actually use the language pillar, but I'm sure you all can make a strong guess, a key pillar to this program. Underrepresented founders, support, excellent. Helping emerging brands prepare for retail. Ooh, I love these. Community and growth. Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much. And the last questions. Let's go to which one is the last question. When is the application deadline? Do you guys know the application deadline? Which is super important. Yes, June 30 is the priority application deadline. Yes. Thank you so much. We love when people apply with time, so we have time to talk to you, to review your application. If we see that it needs something, we can get to you and talk to you and fill out these gaps. So it's nothing better than do that priority application in June 30. But if you cannot make it for some reason, the final application deadline is July 14. So that's just the final part. So right now, let's going to talk about what's next.
Yeah, let's take some questions now. Now is the time for questions. So folks can go ahead and raise your hand if you have questions, or you can unmute and ask those questions.
Or type them over here. We're ready to answer your burning questions. Take advantage.
Alan.
Hey, Miranda. So our product is liquid salad. It's basically your veggies in a pouch. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Veggies, vitamins, and fiber in a pouch. And we launched in March, so we're about 3 months young. We're doing about 10,000 a month in revenue. We're purely online right now. So I don't know if we're more of the emerging brand or more of the retail brand. What would you consider us as?
You sound perfect fit for the emerging brand.
Okay.
Yeah, but you got your packaging down. It sounds like you've got a lot of pieces in place to really leverage the program.
Okay. Cool.
How many calories is it?
Yeah, so it's cool. It's basically like this doesn't exist. This is kind of the first of its kind. It's called liquid salad. It's 13 fruits and vegetables, 15 vitamins and minerals, and 8 grams of prebiotic fiber. There's 50 calories and 5 grams of naturally occurring sugar. So we don't add any sugar here. The idea is, the USDA, I'm sure you guys are aware, found that 90% of Americans don't get enough fruit, vegetables, and fiber. And what we want to do is create a world where 90% do. And they found that the reasons for that were affordability, taste, and convenience, right? So what we want to do is solve for all three. So like this is ultimately convenient. It's shelf stable. You just pop it open, you drink it, you're good.
Yeah.
And It tastes great. It tastes like a sweet cucumber, and it's affordable, right? It's somewhere between 2 to 250 per pouch is
Wow.
2.99 per pouch is just it makes it a lot more affordable for people to get their vegetables in, right? Because that's one of the biggest problems, especially for, like food deserts and stuff like that, is cost. So um we're just trying to basically make
Cool.
90% of Americans get their vegetables.
I'm a runner, and so I eat those like pouches of like
Ah, the gels, right?
gel. And I was hoping it was more calories because I get so sick of the sweet ones. But
Yeah.
50 calories might not do.
Yeah, we're the opposite. So we're trying to like basically provide a low calorie, high nutrient density, high fiber kind of snack for people. Um, you could because there are electrolytes in it, so you definitely could use it before a workout though, for sure.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Let's get you in REI.
For sure.
Come on, guys, take advantage. Brittany.
Hi. So I'm starting a beauty brand and we have some funding, but one of the benefits we're really looking for support in is fundraising. I was wondering what what kind of partnerships, what does that look like with Seed Spot and how does it?
Yeah, we will teach you how to fundraise. We
Okay.
will teach you how to build your pitch deck. Um, we will have you pitch to potential funders, but not for the purpose of getting funding, but for the purpose of them asking you questions and you understanding these are the questions I'm going to be asked. I need to be prepared for these kinds of questions. I need to be ready to answer these kinds of questions when I'm in front of potential funders.
Okay, great.
Last year we have a few skincares and they at the Retail Brand Accelerator, they go
Oh,
to
awesome.
Sephora. Yeah.
Wait, that's amazing. Were you
Yeah.
guys a part of their connection to Sephora or did they already have that relationship?
Do you remember me?
Did the brand, sorry,
Can't remember. I can't remember.
yeah.
I would say both were probably true that while we will lead folks to connections, it's really up to them to
Yeah,
utilize that connection correctly. So I don't like to take too much credit for
of course.
their success.
Yeah, what was the brand, if you don't mind me asking?
Do you remember, Linda?
Yeah, I'm like, I love skincare and makeup.
I don't remember. I can figure
Okay,
it
well,
out.
if you think about it, let me know. Okay, thanks, guys.
I think it's on our blog. Go and check our blog because we have a few
Okay.
spotlights when or in the I usually there on the social medias when I enter. Oh, this participant just got here and there. But I can definitely find
Okay.
that for you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Milton. Hi, Milton.
Hello, hello, good afternoon or morning, everyone, depending on your time zone. I'm Milton, and I'm one of the co-founders of Plantazen. We make plant-based snacks that taste amazing, starting with a line of plantain chips and our signature sea salt flavor, launching a new flavor soon. Great to see everyone here. So my question is around community. We've had the honor to be able to, take take place at different communities in our environments and areas, different accelerators and such. And I was just wondering, what do you guys think about community as it pertains to Seed Spot, and especially when the program is over for those who can be a part of the program? How does that continue on in a tangible way?
Ooh. I think we both, Linda and I, can take this question. Community is a big part of what we do. It's a big part of how we run our program. We are learning with you, and we are here to facilitate you all building community together. It's integrated into the way that we run a classroom. So you're not just being lectured at, but you're moving into breakout rooms and having conversations with one another, building connections with outside networks. You're connecting with individuals who can support you and building a sense of community. Then we have an alumni network where we meaningfully connect with one another. We do in-person alumni events twice per year, And those are usually in DC and in Phoenix, Arizona. And then we do virtual alumni connections and events as well. We have alumni Slack channel that's active and an alumni newsletter that's active. It is one of those experiences, though, that we have 4,000 alumni and probably the same 40 are extremely active and utilize all of our support and all of our resources. As I said, we have ongoing mentorship and office hours available to our alumni as well. Linda, did I miss anything?
No, but I just want to say that community is something extremely important for C-Spot and for you guys, it should be. As an entrepreneur, I'm sure sometimes you feel that you're in an island by yourself, and it's difficult to really achieve that success just by yourself. You really need to create and build that community, those partners, those stakeholders, that network that is going to help you to grow and expand your business. So definitely community is something that is embedded in our values as a team members and as C-Spot.
I have a question.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I have a question in the chat. How many people are accepted per cohort? Well, we have pushed these boundaries as far as we can, and we have pushed this cohort now to 20. We normally were only funded to offer it to 15 to 17 folks for the Retail Brand Accelerator, but we've pushed this cohort to 20. So we will be admitting probably about 22 folks, given there are usually a natural amount of attrition due to life events.
And if you do have a co-founder, your co-founder is also welcome to sit in the classes.
Yep.
So it's a really great way. Also help you with what we're talking about, assisting to classes. Maybe you're sick, but your co-founder is over there, so we're not going to take that as you missing the class. So
right, yeah, that's a great way to share the load.
Mm-hmm. Another question, guys. Take advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah. What can we do to improve our chances? Some of us, it looks like some people have product, have revenue. For people who don't have revenue or not market ready yet, what else can we do to demonstrate traction?
Yeah, as we said, if you have a strong prototype that's been tested and validated and you have strong manufacturing, that will definitely be a positive. We're also taking people who maybe have a strong product, but their manufacturing isn't strong. So it's a balance of like where your strength with your product lies.
Thank you.
What is your product, Malvina?
I am building a nutrition literacy tool for kids. We are an app with animated learning modules where we educate from seed to body system. And we have a hardware device. It's a smart food plate that lights up, talks to, engages kids while they eat, tracks macros, recognizes when vegetables go untouched, and respond in real time. So if they're not eating their vegetables, it'll engage with them. It's a behavior modification tool. I just turned it on. It'll light up for you in a second here. But yeah.
Awesome. Great. Well, I think we've come to the end of our questions. So why don't we share what's next?
There it goes.
Oh,
Nice.
I love it.
Did you hear it?
Yes.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Yes, that is so cool, Malvina. I did saw your website when I was reviewing the applications. So I know we have your application here. Let's go to talk about what's next. So if you haven't completed your application, remember the priority deadline, June 30, and the final deadline is going to be July 14. So complete your online application. Remember all the tips that Miranda gave you for that. Really, a complete application is really important for us because it's going to help us to really understand you, your business, and if you are a really good fit. After that, we're going to have the 20-minute interview. The 20-minute interview is going to be with me. I'm not scary. I already talked to a few of you guys. I remember some of you. So it's really an interview / conversation. I really want to get to know you as well. After that, right now we're doing only interviews. We're not making the offers, but after that, we are going to start to make offers. So you're going to get an email from us letting you know if you are accepted into the program, and it's going to come with a sign agreement for you to review and sign. Remember, that is extremely important for us. The step 4 is the venture consultation. So that is going to be a Zoom meeting that you're going to have with the programs team, when they are going to get to learn more in depth about your venture, your challenges, where you are and where you want to get to. And finally, we're going to have our well-known welcome celebration. It's going to be July 28th. A welcome celebration is going to be giving you a welcome, letting you know what to expect. We are going to have an alumni that is going to be able to answer all the questions for you. It's just an amazing way to kick off our accelerator.
And then finally, we want to invite you to this upcoming event. So our alumni for the Retail Brand Accelerator, the 4th cohort of the Retail Brand Accelerator, are going to pitch. So we're going to invite you to their pitch.
So please, I'm going to enter over here, everybody. Great. I see that you guys are entering your LinkedIn. Be sure to follow us on LinkedIn, on Instagram. I always enter every time that we have an event. If we have a pitch coming up, I have all the information on LinkedIn where you can just go to the bio and click an RSVP. So just go to Instagram, see the spot, and you will find all this information there as well.
I will also follow up for everyone who registered with this recording, as well as a link to that pitch event that's coming up. Have a great rest of your day, everyone, and thank you for joining.
Thank
you so much.
Bye. Have a nice
Take
day.
care.
Thank you. Have a good day, everybody.